Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to silence your cell phone. Thank you.
Can I have everybody's attention? Can you please have your seats, and we will start in just 1 minute. Good evening. Before we begin tonight, we would like to take a moment to honor Sergeant Dominic Vaca, who was tragically killed on Monday, May 31st, 2021. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends, and partners. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you.
Secure the traffic! Yeah! Sir, sir! Looking that way! Let's go! Jump, Sir, no, sir! Sir, I didn't look him over properly. Why? Why do you hate him? Because he's free service? Sir, no, sir. Job? Sir, no, sir. You fancy? Sir, no, sir. Why is that fingerprint? Sir, I failed to look him over, sir. Stop the inspection. You got 2 weeks to get the note of order. 2 weeks. Yes, sir. Get the fingerprint off the top of the Perfect. Another one. On assaulting. Sir, yes, sir. Start running for us. Start running for us. Dedicated. Sir. Somebody needs sir. Are you trying to sir? No, sir. No, sir. I told you to stop counting out. Keep pushing. Are you trying to attack me? Sir, no, sir. Yes, sir. Remember, I did your background in like a month to get you hired. The least you can do is show up prepared. But you still looking like a mess. Sir, yes, sir. You're the second person on Trainee that assaulted a peace officer. Sir, I do my job, sir. Sir, it's not my intention, sir. Boy, when you hear me again, you're overcome by events, aren't you? You don't know what to do. Get on the fence, go. Get on the fence, go. Let's go. Figure it out.
Yes, sir.
You're not running.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. You will say, figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. I said walk!
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain seated and withhold your applause as we present to you the graduates of the 222nd Basic Academy. The Training Division is proud to present to you Class 222. I am excited to welcome all of you to the 222nd Basic Academy. My name is Julie Landon, and I'm the captain at the Sheriff's Frank Bland Regional Training Center. The video you watched earlier was the morning of January 22nd, 2021. 81 trainees met for the first time. What you see here tonight are 62 of them who overcame obstacles, stayed committed, and worked together as a team to stand before you tonight. I know I speak for all of them when I say thank you for your support over the last 6 months. Without you, they would not be here tonight. I would like to ask that you stand with me as I invite up Pastor Adam Mesa from the Abundant Living Family Church to offer the invocation.
I ask you now, as these men and women say yes to a great call that was given to not only something they heard within themselves, but also given by God. We believe here that just as much of a value are all types of people within the world, like pastors and leaders and politicians. Just in the same degree, every single officer has been called and accepted a call by God to protect and serve our communities. And it's at this time that as they do their part every single day to put their life at risk to serve our communities, that we do our part right now by praying for them and covering them and asking God every single day to look after them and make sure they come home safe to their own families. So if you would join me for this moment and bow and pray at this time. Lord, we don't know why you've implanted in the hearts of brave men and women to choose a profession that requires them to walk into danger and put their own life on the line to stop lawlessness and crime. You've given them a willingness to enforce the law and to protect the communities where they serve. Are they fearless, unintimidated, thrill seekers, or do they truly love their neighbor more than themselves and want to do their part in justice for all? Lord, they face evil and tough parts of life every day. They see the worst of people and people at their worst. Their work tools are weapons. I pray, Lord, for their safety as they walk up to a car or a house or an unknown situation, never knowing what danger awaits them. We pray for their families and their mental health and their children, that they are too guarded and that their communities and their families are held up safe. If they know you, Lord, remind them to say their own prayer of protection every day and ask you to intervene against any foe. Perhaps something like David, pray, I come to you for protection, O Lord my God. Save me from my persecutors, rescue me. And when they emerge safe and victorious, may we give you honor and praise. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Mesa. Please remain standing as we honor our nation's flag. Sergeant David Clifford, present the colors. Please place your right hand over your heart and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, and justice for all. Please be seated. Our Basic Academy program is hosted by the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department and San Bernardino Valley College. However, there are a number of special guests here tonight who support us in what we do. I would like to recognize them now. Representing the Azusa Police Department, Chief Mike Bertelson. Representing the Barstow Police Department, Captain Andrew Espinoza, Jr. Representing the California Department of Justice, Acting Chief John Marsh. Representing the Chino Police Department, Captain Kevin Menson. Representing the Corona Police Department, Chief Robert Newman. Representing the Fontana Police Department, Captain Jim Burton. Representing the Montclair Police Department, Chief Robert Avels. Representing the Rialto Police Department, Chief Mark Kling. Representing the Riverside Police Department, Chief Larry Gonzalez. Representing the San Bernardino Police Department, Chief Eric McBride. Representing the West Covina Police Department, Chief Richard Bell. Representing San Bernardino Valley College, Academy Director Paul Dennis. Representing the California Commission on Peace Officer Standard and Training, the Regional Manager for our Academy, Senior Consultant Matthew Odeen. Representing the Office of the Sheriff of San Bernardino County, John McMahon. Assistant Sheriff Robert Wickham. Assistant Sheriff Horace Boatwright. And the executive staff. Lastly, I would like to introduce to you the Academy tactical staff who are directly involved in the daily activities of Class 222. From the Fontana Police Department, Guest Tactical Officer, Officer Matthew Rogers. Deputy Ariel Curtis. Deputy Jacob Tizard. Deputy George Agnostopoulos. Deputy David McDermott. Corporal Mauricio Rivas. Corporal Jason Massetti. Corporal Max Koonsman. And the coordinator of our basic academy, Sergeant Jacob Galt. I would also like to thank the Fontana Police Department for providing us with a guest tactical officer. Like I mentioned, 6 months ago, Class 222 lined up in formation on the PT field at the academy, with having little to no idea what challenges they were going to face over the next 24 weeks. But what we do know is that they all had the same goal in mind: to begin a career in law enforcement. Throughout their academy experiences, they learned that law enforcement is just more than enforcing the laws. It's about doing the right thing for the right reasons and when no one's looking. It's being involved in our communities. It's protecting, serving, and treating others with respect. It's being there to comfort those in their greatest time of need. Tonight, we celebrate the success of 62 graduates who successfully achieved their class motto, earned, never given. And now, here to tell you more about the Basic Academy and what the graduating class had to accomplish to get here tonight, the Director of the Academy, Lieutenant Matthew Collins.
Thank you, Captain. Good evening. Since 1973, the Frank Bland Regional Training Center has produced thousands of the best trained law enforcement officers in the state of California. In this graduating class, there are officers and deputies from 12 different law enforcement agencies. They receive some of the best training in the country from nearly 100 different experts and evaluators. In the classroom, they cover topics such as patrol tactics, criminal law, ethics, leadership, and community policing. They had to apply the information they learned in the classroom to practical scenarios. These scenarios simulate real-life situations and problems they will have to handle and solve as law enforcement officers. The Basic Academy program consists of two primary components: skills and physical training. The skills component requires the trainees to be proficient in defensive tactics, firearms, and emergency vehicle operations. The physical training component requires the trainees to successfully complete a rigorous and diverse physical fitness program designed to increase their strength, endurance, speed, and agility. The goal of our program is to instill the idea of lifetime fitness into each trainee. In addition to the obvious physical benefits, the Lifetime Fitness program reinforces the values of teamwork, perseverance, overcoming adversity, and the mindset, never ever giving up. Our Basic Academy program is run by an elite group of tactical officers that possess the skills, talent, and commitment to train the future of law enforcement. They are mentors for the trainees and administer our Academy's structured discipline program. Beginning on day one, the trainees learn there are no excuses, and each of them are responsible and accountable for the class's successes and failures. It is this added stress that helps develop them into the professional law enforcement officers who can handle the pressures and demands of this chosen career. The tactical officers demand excellence in everything the trainees do. They hold them accountable to our Academy's motto: look, act, and be professional. After completing the skills component, the physical training component, comprehensive exams covering 20 different learning domains, a first aid and CPR exam, and a report writing exam, I am proud to say that graduates of Class 222 have met all academic requirements. Great job and congratulations. At this time, I would like to invite to the podium Paul Dennis, the co-director from San Bernardino Valley College, to give us a more detailed understanding of the Academy's academic program.
Thank you, Lieutenant Collins. I must admit, before I speak a little bit about the program, it's wonderful to see people here in person to be able to celebrate this outstanding occasion of these graduates. Let's give them a quick round of applause for that. Good evening. On behalf of the San Bernardino Community College District Board of Trustees, Interim Chancellor Jose Torres, and incoming Chancellor and current President of San Bernardino Valley College, Diana Rodriguez, I extend my congratulations to the graduates of Class 222 and for the families that are here attending tonight and those that may be watching virtually. To the men and women of this graduating class, I commend you for your perseverance, your determination, and your commitment. I know all too well that the journey was not simple, but you made it, and for that, we applaud you. The partnership between San Bernardino Valley College and the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department has existed for over 50 years. This long-standing partnership does so much to serve our community by providing outstanding educational pathways for so many law enforcement professionals throughout the region. All of tonight's graduates have successfully completed 24 weeks of intensive training and have received 36.5 community college units, 12 of which are transferable to a California State University system and can be applied towards a 4-year degree. Despite the demands of your chosen profession, I encourage all of you tonight to continue your college education and commit to being lifelong learners. To succeed professionally, higher education provides the edge that will allow you to keep pace with the ever-changing competitive environment we live in. It's been my professional experience that when applying for promotions or special assignments, higher education assists in opening doors for you that would otherwise be very difficult to open. Once again, I congratulate you, Class 222. You should be proud of your accomplishments because I assure you everyone here this evening and everyone viewing at home is extremely proud of what you've done. Stay true to the lessons learned on your journey, and all the best to each and every one of you as you embark on your law enforcement career. May God bless each and every one of you, and please, in all that you do, stay safe. It's my pleasure It's now my pleasure to introduce to you a video presentation so that everybody here and the families that might be viewing at home can take a trip along the last 24 weeks of Class 222's experience. So please join me in viewing this video.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Pressure, pressure calls my name. I think it's time that I should push it back and entertain it. I measure in my brain all of the times that I've been too afraid. It's time to change it. Time is a key, but the devil just keeps on knocking. I don't want to stand at the door yet, the forgot to know. Oh. Not gonna cave, not gonna break. No, not today. Not gonna make the same mistakes. No, not today. Not gonna cave, not gonna break. Under the pressure. Under the pressure. Under the pressure. Under the pressure. Coming up, turn it up, do it under. Ain't enough, light it up. I was made for pressure. In my blood, run it up, living for the pressure. Here we go, we gon' know who's good under. Born and raised with my veins, I was made for pressure. In my blood, run it up, living for the pressure. Living for the Head to the shallow, waves crashing in. Hello, high water. I was born to rise above the storm within. Coming up, turn it up, do it under. Ain't enough, light it up. I was made for pressure. In my blood, run it up, living for the pressure. Here we go, we gon' know who's good under. Born and raised with my veins, I was made for pressure. In my blood, run it up, living for the pressure. Living for the Suckers can't breathe under pressure. Breaking pipe dreams under pressure. Legends don't cave under pressure. Pressure.
I'm a freak, I'm an outcast, I'm a shadow. I stand with the lost souls, looking for a hustle. Got a pulse on the streets, I'm the one you won't look in the eye, no. Yeah, well, I can see what's headed for you down that road. And soon it's coming to take everything you know. When the monster crawls out of the sea, you're gonna need somebody like me. When your brother's got blood in the streets, you better call somebody like me. I was made in the shadows, where the light ain't allowed to go. When the line gets a little blurry, you're gonna need somebody like me. Cause you want somebody like me. When the line gets a little blurry, gonna need somebody like me. When the monster crawls out of the sea, you're gonna need somebody like me. When your brother's got blood in the streets, you better call somebody like me. I was made in the shadows, where the light ain't allowed to go. When the line gets a little blurry, you're gonna need somebody like me. Better call somebody like me, cause you want somebody like me. When the lines get a little blurry, gonna need somebody like me.
I now take great pride in introducing you to a 36-year veteran of law enforcement and a proud graduate of the 81st session of our Basic Academy, the Sheriff of our great county, John McMahon.
Are you proud of this group? Man, we sure are. And I have to echo Paul's comments. Man, it is good to see you guys in here. We've been way too long with you being in the parking lot and watching online. So to have the chance to have families here is incredibly important, not only for us, but for these folks that have worked so hard to get to this point. It's my honor tonight to introduce our guest speaker, Leonard Hernandez, who's the Chief Executive Officer of the county. He started with the county in 1998 as a public service employee, was elevated to the county librarian in 2010, interim museum director in 2013, and deputy executive officer in 2014. In 2016, Mr. Hernandez was promoted to county chief operating officer. The Board of Supervisors appointed him as the San Bernardino County Chief Executive Officer on October 6th of 2020. As Chief Executive Officer, he oversees an organization consisting of 36 departments and more than 22,000 employees, and an annual budget of nearly $7 billion, serving a residents about 2.1 million in our county. He worked closely with the Board of Supervisors to develop and launch projects ranging from Innovate 2020 to various countywide vision initiatives. He also coordinated the county's multi-departmental response to the COVID-19 pandemic, developing innovations that maximized the county's capacity to conduct testing, manage compliance, prevent and respond to outbreaks, and administer vaccinations. He engaged the public and the county's 24 municipalities and other key stakeholders. As a leader, Mr. Hernandez has a strong record of promoting teamwork, accountability, integrity, and engagement. He's a resident of San Bernardino County and holds a bachelor's degree in history from Cal State Fullerton and a master's of library and information science from Clarion University in Pennsylvania. He's a credentialed California County senior and executive. And personally, he's a great partner, works so well with all the county departments, and especially the Sheriff's Department. He understands the need for law and order and a good working environment for folks to live and play in the county of San Bernardino. And I can call him anytime, and he's willing to help solve any problem that we may face. A true supporter of law enforcement and a friend of all of us in the county, our Chief Executive Officer, Leonard Hernandez.
Well, good evening, everybody. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here. And good evening, graduates. Very exciting. The reason I love doing this type of stuff is because you never know when you raise your hand and you say yes to something, like you're saying yes to serving, what that is going to entail. And so if you learned from my brief little bio that you can start off somewhere, I think I started off reading stories to children. The first time I did, there was two little 4-year-olds that ran out of the room crying, and then where life takes you. I want to talk briefly about, kind of give you two charges here, because it's very impressive that you've decided to lay your lives down. And for those of you out there as friends and family that are supporting these folks in what we heard earlier from the pastor, which is a calling and standing up to them. I'm a firm believer in that because I do believe that our lives are directed. So the first charge I have to you is, if you want to be great, you need to be a servant. Some of your jurisdictions have on the side of the patrol cars to serve and to protect. And what I found is part of being the chief executive officer is really being the chief servant of the county. And what I want to encourage you is that to take time to serve the community, take time to serve each other, take time to serve your county, your city, because in the serving and the giving of yourself, not only do you learn so much and are enriched, but you actually change people's lives. The power that you're being given with a uniform and a badge, it represents something to many people. And that power, and what you have and what you're stepping into and what you earned, is the ability to make a difference in people's lives. You've earned the ability to step into situations and to be a sign of hope, to step into situations and to be a sign of security. So I want to commend you, and I want to encourage you to not to grow weary when it's hard. The worst that can happen to me in the office is I get a paper cut. Actually, I got one today and it hurt. But you are stepping into something far more intense. And as someone that is not in that field, I want to thank you because I rely upon you. In the area that I live in the county, unincorporated, when I see a sheriff's patrol car roll up, my little boy goes, "Hey, they're here to help us, right, Daddy?" Yes, they are. And it's such a powerful symbol. So I want to encourage you to continue to serve. For me, it was serving little 4-year-olds, and the pleasure I have is when I did it in Chino Hills at the library, I go back and some of those little 4-year-olds are great big men now with beards, and they're working at Costco. In fact, a little while ago, someone said, "Hey, aren't you the library dude?" Now, growing up, that wasn't the coolest thing to be called. But it is something that as you impact people, you realize you're making a difference, whether you're reading a book to them or you're helping them in time of need. The second thing I want to encourage you is, I'm going to take this off just for a sec because I want to look at you here. The second thing I want to encourage you is to not be overcome with evil, but to overcome evil with good. There are a lot of heinous things out there that you're going to face. As an administrator, I see things come through my desk, and it's just a report I have to read, but you are the men and women that are going to have to be there in the trench facing those items, facing those issues. And there are things that are going to come across, and there's going to be a sense, I don't know if you've ever walked into a place where you can kind of, the hair on the back of your neck goes up, you can kind of feel something's not right here. You're going to be in those situations. In fact, you've raised your hand to say, "Put me in those situations." And for that, we commend you. But with these few comments, what I want you to remember, and for some, I just want to plant a seed in your heart, don't be overcome with that evil. Remember, you are the solution stepping onto the scene. You are the antidote to the virus that's there. You are part of what's going to make it better when you're racing to that situation with your lights and sirens. Do not be overcome by the evil, but overcome that evil with the good that's inside of you, with the good that we saw you exert in those videos. I got some ideas for some staff development and training, so if I could get some of your staff, John, I think it'd be good for some of our executives. Some exercises I thought we might try to implement. But in those environments, let something well up inside that you've earned this to step into those environments. I saw some patches of West Covina. I grew up in West Covina. I saw some patches in Fontana. I worked in Fontana. I've had different roles throughout the county, and we rely upon you in every situation. I want to commend you for raising your hand and saying, "Yes, I want to be part of the solution." I believe that we live in an amazing county. I believe that these men and women are going to make our county even more amazing. Let's give them a round of applause. It's my pleasure to congratulate you. It's my pleasure to encourage you. It's my pleasure to be a partner with our sheriff's department and their amazing professional staff. I've been blown away over the last several weeks to see the camaraderie, the family, the importance. I was in Lake Havasu just a few days ago, and I saw someone with a Sergeant Vaca wristband on, and it almost moved me to tears. I was in the in and out line there, and I realized that the reach of what these men and women are coming together to do, what all of you come together to do in our municipalities and our cities that make up this wonderful county, is nothing short of breathtaking and amazing. So thank you so much. I think you as the families that probably had to put up with them coming home tired and complaining and stressed. Some of them eyes were weeping. They were vomiting, I think. You had to deal with all of that. You deserve a round of applause for all that you've done to support these people. It's families like yours that help make our county wonderful, and I believe the best days of the county are yet to come. Thank you, Sheriff McMahon, for the organization that you run. Thank you, staff, for the great graduation you put on. This is awesome. And for the hard work you're going to do. And to all of you, this is the start of an amazing calling. I look forward to seeing you up and down the government center, all throughout the county, from Trona to Needles to Chino Hills and everything in between. We have a wonderful, very big place to work together and see this county prosper. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chief Executive Officer Leonard Hernandez. I now would like Sergeant Galt will share with you some of the accomplishments of Class 222.
Wow, what a great message, sir. Thank you. And good evening. Our training center recognizes the importance of balancing family, career, and community in a law enforcement officer's life. To help with that balance, we host an orientation class to give the family members of our trainees a glimpse of the academy life. We also encourage our trainees to become actively involved in the communities they serve. Class 222 participated in the Run for Us 5K Memorial and donated $950 to help the youth in the community of Chino. They organized a drive-through pickup of Easter bags filled with treats for 120 kids living in local group homes. The class donated $2,000 to the family of Sergeant Vaca. They also donated $2,000 to help Deputy Nielsen and his family with medical bills. And finally, the class raised money by selling t-shirts and organizing a drive-in movie night for their chosen nonprofit organization, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. This society is a vibrant community of people from all walks of life, fighting to find cures for blood cancers and ensuring every patient gets access to the care they need. Here is Officer Adrian Goodband and Deputy Justin Tomasello to present a check in the amount of $12,500 to Campaign Manager Ariana Whitehouse. Here, you want to say a couple words?
Good evening, everyone. I am Ariana Whitehouse, and I work for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. First, I wanted to say congratulations to Class 222 on your incredible accomplishments. I'm so appreciative of you guys inviting me tonight. The impact you guys have made is one that I know myself, patients, families, and caregivers really can't put into words, and thank you really isn't enough. LLS began out of one family's grief in the 1940s when they lost their 16-year-old son to leukemia, which was then known as an incurable disease. For more than 70 years, the people of LLS have worked tirelessly to fund the latest research and deliver essential care directly to the people who need it most, blood cancer patients and their families. There are more than 1.4 million people today living with the blood cancer. And the heartbreaking fact is that someone loses their battle to blood cancer every 9 minutes. That's why your support is so appreciated, and your support means more research and care here, right here in the San Bernardino County. Even though only 10% of all cancers are blood cancers, 40% of all cancer drugs were first approved by the FDA for treatment of blood cancers. And last year, LLS helped advance 14 of the last 17 cancer drugs in cancer treatments. At LLS, we say beating cancer is in our blood, and these two facts bring this declaration to life and prove it true. At LLS, our mission statement begins with the word cure. Cure leukemia, lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease, and myeloma, and improve the quality of life of patients and their families, and we are able to advance and further this mission because of Class 222. Thank you again for all of your guys' support. Thank you, guys.
While all the graduates deserve recognition, a few of the trainees have distinguished themselves through exceptional performance and will receive special achievement awards. Recognizing the difficulty of our academic program, the first achievement award is presented to the student whose academic average was the highest in the class. This trainee's total academic average was 94.8%. This award is presented to Officer Robert Dreyer, Fontana PD. The next award is the Tactical Officers Award. This award is presented by the tactical staff to the trainee they feel put forth the greatest amount of effort and reflected the highest degree of commitment. This award is based on perseverance and motivation. The recipient is Deputy Devin Sickman. The next award is the Physical Fitness Award. This award is given to the trainee who arrived at the academy physically prepared and excelled in physical training sessions as well as physical fitness assessments and testing. The recipient is Deputy Kaylin Johnson. And that's why we're happy to have you back. Our next award is given for outstanding proficiency in firearms training. Each trainee fired close to 3,000 rounds from their handgun, rifle, and shotgun. Many of the shooting exercises required target accuracy under strict time constraints. This trainee excelled in speed and accuracy during daily drills, shooting competitions, and timed exams. This graduate had the highest range scores in the class, achieving a score of 99.5%. This award is presented to Officer Michael Major, San Bernardino PD. The next award, the Honor Graduate, is given to the trainee whose overall grades in all aspects of the academy program make them #1 in the class. While this trainee may not have been rated as the top achiever in all categories, their combined scores in academics, physical training, firearms, and scenario exercises makes them #1 overall. The recipient is Officer William Omohundro, Corona PD. The Honor Graduate Award includes a special presentation by the Sheriff's Council. The Sheriff's Council is comprised of community members dedicated to the support of our department, its members, its training, and our law enforcement mission. This presentation will be made by Assistant Sheriff Robert Wickham.
Wow, how exciting is this? Congratulations to each and every one of you. We are extremely proud of you, as are your agencies and families. It's my honor this evening to make this special presentation on behalf of the Sheriff's Council. The Sheriff's Council is a group of professional, business, and community leaders who come together to promote, support, and sponsor the goals of the Sheriff's Department and law enforcement activities throughout the county. They dedicate their time and resources to supporting the law enforcement mission. Throughout your career, there'll be many instances when support from your extended family in the community will be extremely important to you. The Sheriff's Council pledges their support and wants you to know they are here when you need them. On behalf of the Sheriff's Council members, it is my pleasure to present this gift of a new Ruger Vaquero 357-38 Special stainless steel revolver to the Honor Graduate, Officer William Omohundro.
Thank you, Assistant Sheriff Wickham and Sheriff's Council. The final award is given to the president of the graduating class. This trainee is chosen by their classmates as representing the professional demeanor and characteristics necessary for a successful law enforcement career. The president of the graduating class is also responsible for giving the student address. The recipient of this award is Officer Derek Tamanaha, Fontana PD.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to stand up in front of all the distinguished guests, families, and friends as the class president of 222. Thank you to the Fontana Police Department. I am blessed and fortunate to be a part of such a prestigious organization. Without people such as Chief William Green, Sergeant Brian McClain, Detectives Frank and Amanda Loesch, and Officer Matt Rogers, none of this would have been possible. Thank you to Sheriff John McMahon for providing Class 222 a place to learn, grow, and begin our career as law enforcement officers of San Bernardino, Riverside, and Los Angeles County. Thank you to Kaylee Romero, Class 222's administrative officer. Your help with day-to-day operations and organization ensured our class functioned properly. Your positive insight shed light on stressful decisions. Lastly, thank you to our tactical staff. Without them, none of this would have been possible. Over the past 24 weeks, these tactical officers challenged, encouraged, and supported us both physically and mentally. We took knowledge from each of them and developed our own style. As Corporal Massetti would say, even though I don't know the question, I still know the answer. Half right face. However, this was a united effort from everyone inside and outside the academy. This includes range staff, district attorneys, retired instructors, classmates that check temperatures, set up fundraisers or charity events, sang cadences, swept the academy grounds, maintained the landscape, and the squad leaders who held people accountable. In addition, we cannot forget about the family members that shined boots, packed all of the snacks, and took our uniforms to the dry cleaners. Everyone had an impact in us graduating today. Now let's move on to the why. Why are you here? Why this profession? Why become a deputy sheriff? Why do you want to be a police officer? Our why was asked of us throughout the academy. Many of my classmates and I share a similar why, some of which is to serve the community, be a productive product of our environment, and be a positive influence on someone's life. But my main why was my father, Wayne Tamanaha. My father was my hero. He was a partially blind and amputated Vietnam veteran. The last time I saw my father in the hospital, we spoke about my application process. My father could only whisper because of his intubation, but before leaving the hospital, he gave me a gesture. The gesture was, I looked at him confused. I didn't understand what he was saying. Doing the gesture again, he whispered, follow your path. From that point forward, my path led me to the San Bernardino County Basic Sheriff's Academy, where I became a member of Class 222. I found this ironic because the number 222 has to do with balance, manifesting miracles, and new timely opportunities. The number 222 also encourages you to take a balanced, peaceful stance in all areas of your life with an overall message to keep faith and stand strong in your personal truths. Each path may have its own twists and turns, but there is only one destination. The destination is graduation. Our class motto is earned, never given. At first, I thought to myself, here we go, the Marines are always trying to stay relevant. But this motto began to define what we were experiencing. Thousands of applications went out to our departments. Hundreds of people had taken the written exam. 82 were selected to be a part of Class 222, and we are currently graduating with 62. Nothing in this academy was given. We earned everything. One day in the quad, the class was conducting motivational training. Corporal Rivas had the entire class in the down and hold position. If you don't know what the down and hold position is, it's essentially the push-up position with your chest 3 inches off the ground. Corporal Rivas said, if one person quits, if one person goes home, this will all be over. As we were all in formation, my partner Lemos turned to me and said, Tamanaha. Out of breath, I asked, what do you want? Lemos then replied, just take one for the team, just quit. After Lemos's joke, I thought to myself, someone quitting would be the easy way out, but quitting was not an option. Persevering through challenging moments defined our academy experience. Together, we overcame many obstacles, earning our seat on this stage. Throughout the academy, we were taught the downfall of complacency. Complacency is defined as a feeling of satisfaction while unaware of potential danger. Graduating from Fort Benning, Georgia, as an airborne infantryman, I came to the academy with the mindset of just do your job. Another day in the quad, while conducting more motivational training, we were performing X-Men. If you don't know what X-Men are, you lie on your back with your arms and legs extended outward. On the up, you bring your arms and legs inward, and your hands touch your knees. During this exercise, Deputy Tizard stood behind me. My very first repetition, Deputy Tizard yelled, "Do it right, Tamanaha." After a couple more times of getting yelled at, I told myself, that's enough, I'm gonna do these perfectly. Wrong. Deputy Tizard was still behind me yelling, "Do it right, Tamanaha." At this point, I thought I was doing the wrong exercise. I came to a complete stop, and I looked at my partner to the left. My partner's arms were flopping side to side. He was not doing X-Men, he was doing snow angels. In this moment, I learned the importance of complacency. Deputy Tizard correcting me and demanding perfection implied that just because we have done this workout 1,000 times does not mean there is room to slack off. We must constantly give 100%, being sure to set high standards for ourselves. These last few months, we have become stronger, smarter, and learned to always train harder. Prior to graduation, I spoke with Captain Andres Nanez, captain of 7th Group Special Forces Special Reconnaissance. A few years ago, he was my old lieutenant, but at the time, he was an Army Ranger. I asked if he had any advice for my graduating class, and this is what he said. There are 3 things that everyone should strive for every day. Number 1, be a good person. Number 2, people expect you to know your job and perform it well. And lastly, number 3, remember your family will be there at the beginning and at the end, so take care of them. I would like to end with this. I want to encourage everyone to think about your why. Why are you motivated to wake up every day and work hard? What drives you to be better? Knowing your purpose will help you strive to be great in all aspects. Your path will not always be easy, but remembering your why will give you strength and courage to continue to reach for greatness. Just remember, everything in this world is earned, not given. Thank you for making my time as class president memorable and enjoyable. Thank you.
Great job. Sergeant Galt, prepare the class for graduation. It is now my pleasure to introduce Chief Robert Newman from the Corona Police Department, who will administer the Code of Ethics.
Good evening, Class 22. Good evening, friends and family, and our dignitaries. 24 weeks ago, you received your first class in training, which addressed basic principles of law enforcement. This included the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. As you're about to graduate, we ask you dedicate yourself to these ideals that you're about to affirm. Ready? Class, begin.
As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve mankind, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all men to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied, as an example to all, maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed, in both my personal and official life, I will be exemplary obeying the laws of the land and the regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature, or that is confined to me in my official capacity, will be kept ever secret, unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will never act officiously, or permit personal feelings, prejudice, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime, and the relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement.
Well done, Class 222. Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will be ever faithful
that I will be ever faithful
to the precepts embodied
to the precepts embodied
in the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics.
in the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Welcome to the most honorable profession. Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief Newman. I will now turn the program over to Deputy George Anagnostopoulos, who will present the graduates.
Good evening. Before we get started, I'd like to ask the members who will be assisting with the presentations to make their way to the right side of the stage. And when your name is called, please come up on stage. Thank you. It really is nice not talking to a camera, I have to tell you guys. Break the awkward silence too. It is now my honor to introduce the graduates of Class 222. The first graduates are members of San Bernardino Valley College, and Academy Co-Director Paul Dennis will make the presentations. Detective Evelyn Calderon from the Arcadia Police Department is the godmother of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. You guys can come up that way. Gabrielle Aguilar. Ricardo Torrealba. Our next graduate is a member of the Azusa Police Department, and Police Chief Mike Bertelson will make the presentation. Sergeant Justin Lang from the Fontana Police Department is the brother-in-law of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Xavier Saldana. Our next graduates are members of the Barstow Police Department, and Captain Andrew Espinoza Jr. will make the presentation. Officer Sean Gross. Officer Louis Miranda. Our next graduate is a member of the California Department of Justice, and Acting Chief John Marsh will make the presentation. Detective Amanda Chamorro from the California Department of Insurance is the wife of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Agent Jairo Chamorro. Our next graduates are members of the Chino Police Department, and Captain Kevin Menson will make the presentations. Officer Juan Carlos Flores from the Los Angeles Police Department is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was the class guidon bearer, Officer Nathan Chavez. Officer Jake Scheffler. Our next graduates are members of the Corona Police Department, and Police Chief Robert Newman will make the presentations. Officer Adrian Goodban. This graduate was the leader of Squad 1, Officer William Alejandro. Our next graduates are members of the Fontana Police Department, and Captain Jim Burton will make the presentations. Retired Sergeant Joaquin Casanas from the Riverside County Sheriff's Department is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Dominique Anicetti. Officer Robert Dreyer. Officer Areli Garcia. Lieutenant James Mahan from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and Lieutenant Michelle Mahan from the San Bernardino Police Department are the parents of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Garrett Mahan. This graduate was the class sergeant, Officer Derek Taminaha. Our next graduates are members of the Montclair Police Department, and Police Chief Robert Avels will make the presentations. Officer Josh Nassar from the Fontana Police Department is a cousin of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Mike Hidalgo. Officer Destiny Morales. Our next graduates are members of the Rialto Police Department, and Police Chief Mark Kling will make the presentations. Correctional Deputy Robert Figueroa from the Riverside County Sheriff's Department is the brother of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Jessica Figueroa. Chief Brian Reyes from the Palm Springs Police Department is the father of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was a Class K-9 handler. Officer Brianna Reyes. Accompanied by Mac. Stealing the show. Thanks, sir. Deputy Alfonso Solano from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the brother of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Albert Solano. Our next graduates are members of the Riverside Police Department, and Police Chief Larry Gonzalez will make the presentations. Officer Talia Carballosa. Officer Caden Troji Jarvis. Thanks, sir. Our next graduates are members of the San Bernardino Police Department, and Police Chief Eric McBride will make the presentations. Sergeant Mariah Bowman from the Orange County Sheriff's Department is the aunt of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Tyler DeRoe. Tyler is the inaugural recipient of the John M. Futch Community Law Enforcement Leader Scholarship given by CEBA. This scholarship is in memory of John M. Futch Jr., a retired police officer and educator who played a vital role in civic engagement, awareness, and advocacy. Tyler was chosen by a CEBA committee as a future leader who will proudly represent Mr. Futch's legacy to community service. Retired Assistant Chief Ernest Lemos Sr. from the San Bernardino Police Department is the father of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Ernest Lemos. Officer Jose Madrid. Officer Michael Major. Deputy Byron L. Myers from the San Diego County Sheriff's Department is the father of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Byron Myers. Officer Justin Ramos. Officer Cameron Seward. This graduate was the class bugler, Officer Ryan McCaslin. Officer Tommy Tran. Our next graduates are members of the West Covina Police Department, and Police Chief Richard Bell will make the presentations. Retired Lieutenant Houston Clements from the West Covina Police Department is the father of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Yes, sir. Officer Daniel Clements. Officer Crystal Martinez from the University of Southern California Department of Public Safety is the sister of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Officer Destiny Martinez. This graduate was the leader of Squad 2, Officer Xiomara Salas. Our next graduates are members of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, and Sheriff John McMahon will make the presentations. Captain Manuel Arzadi from the Tustin Police Department is the brother of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Daniel Arzadi. This graduate was the leader of Squad 5, Deputy Felipe Ayala.
stole that. Deputy Abner Barajas. Deputy Marco Barragon. Detective Jonathan Ramstad from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is the mentor of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Gregory Brannon. Deputy Yadira Carriel. Deputy Eric De Dios. Retired Undersheriff Bob Fonzie and Deputy Mike Jones from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department are the uncle and brother-in-law of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. How are you? Yep. This graduate was the leader of Squad 6, Deputy Anthony Fonzie. Deputy Raymond Gutierrez from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the cousin of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Miriam Gadiri. This graduate was the leader of Squad 4 and the class treasurer, Deputy Kaylin Johnson. Deputy David Lucio. Deputy Humberto Marquez III. Deputy Albert Macias from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Jesus Moreno. Deputy Alejandro Palomino. Deputy Alex Perez from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is the mentor of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Eliseo Perez. Deputy Adrian Rodriguez. Deputy Victor Rodriguez. Campus Safety Officer Taylor Cardenas from the San Bernardino School Police is the brother-in-law of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Francisco Romero. Officer A.J. Knight from the Garden Grove Police Department is the boyfriend of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was a class administrative officer. Deputy Kaylee Romero. Deputy Jesse Sandoval. Sergeant Benjamin Henry from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Devin Sickman. Deputy Cameron Stanley. Deputy Cesar Tejeda. Deputy Jacob Tizard from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is the brother of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. This graduate was the leader of Squad 3, Deputy Benjamin Tizard. That's good. Deputy Justin Tomasello. Deputy Program Manager Casey Varenis from the U.S. Diplomatic Security Services is the father of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Christian Varenis. Thank you, sir. Retired Sergeant Shan Brooks from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation is the uncle of the next graduate and will assist with the presentation. Deputy Anthony Vavosa. Deputy Brandon Ventry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain seated as the graduates prepare for their final formation and dismissal. Following their dismissal, we ask that you meet your graduates outside. This will conclude the ceremony. Thank you for your attendance and good evening.
This is your badge. It was lifeless, made of metal. A die has stamped it from rough stock, shaped it in traditional design, and inscribed the word police. It has been plated and polished, sold for profit. Now it's yours. It is a symbol of Americanism. It is law, order, justice, and freedom. It is the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, e pluribus unum, the Pledge of Allegiance. The badge lives. It is a courageous defender. Brave, noble, wise, and strong. It laughs and cries, knows fear and tragedy. It represents fairness, honesty, dependability. Possession of it transforms you from citizen to sentinel, guardian of the safety and welfare of others. Display it with dignity. Wear it with pride. Stand tall behind it, defend its principles, and emulate the qualities it represents. Treasure it, polish it, keep it gleaming. The reflection of the badge is one of hope, peace, and security. Respect your badge, and others will too.
you.